Have you ever had that toxic person or the narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, whoever, might have been one of your exes that just doesn't seem to leave? Doesn't seem to get out of your life. Like it seems like once you're in their life, you're stuck like forever. Seems like even if they leave you, you break up with them, whatever it might be, that they're still around or they're still in your life. Maybe you're stuck in the same house together. Maybe you're stuck in the relationship and they won't let you leave. They won't let you like get out on whatever level that needs to be. A lot of times people wonder like, why don't the narcissists just leave? Like they say they're upset, they say they're frustrated, they say they hate my guts, like they say they hate this relationship, that I'm abusive, that I'm awful. Well, why don't they just leave? Why doesn't it actually happen? Because a lot of times they'll stay a lot longer than you want them to stay. And typically you're scratching your head of being like, if I'm so awful, if this relationship is so awful, why are you still here? If you guys are new here, my name is Ben Taylor. I'm a self-aware narcissist on this channel to provide awareness, growth, healing, and change. We do that every single day by dropping nuggets of truth on all the different platforms. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. So if you don't follow us there, go and look up Raw Motivations. Maybe you're driving today and you want to listen to it on the podcast, then go to Raw Motivations on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. We're on both of those. If you want to talk to me sometime, you can go to rawmotivations.com. You can click one-on-ones. I can help you through some of the rumination, some of the detox phase, some of the aspects of the trauma bond, the cognitive dissonance, rewiring your mindset, and try to help you move forward in life to be happy, healthy, healed, and whole. So we try to do that on a day-to-day basis, working with people all across the globe. It's an awesome privilege to be able to do, to try to help give back for the things that have happened in my life and be able to share some of that clarity to you as you're coming out of that confusion and to give you that clarity from the crazy making. When you're going through the process, you need help and you need support, which is why we've developed the NARC app. So check out narcapp.com, N-A-R-C-A-P-P, narcapp.com. On there, it tells you about some of the attributes of the NARC app, the different courses, the different things on there to be able to help you heal, grow, and change. But also a huge part is just the community and getting together with like-minded people that have been through the same crap that you've had to go through that can help encourage you. That can help be that support system when you're tempted to break no contact. They can give you advice through your unique situation that they've gone through or that someone else has dealt with in the same unique way. So feel free to check that out. It's narcapp.com. So anyways, diving in today, why doesn't the narcissist just leave? Maybe it came down to the fact that you broke up with them and you're like, hey, I want you out of my life. You know, go ahead and move out. Like, and you need to get out of the house. You need to get out of the relationship. You know, a lot of times there's this like a bond or like bind there of like, you need to leave, but the other person doesn't want to leave. Okay. Maybe they discarded you, but y'all are still living together. Like it's still an active, like you're in this part of the house, they're in this part of the house, like back and forth. Like it's a very unique and a toxic situation that makes it really uncomfortable a lot of times because this person is not out. Maybe it's because you signed a lease together, you're on the mortgage together, and then there's all these types of back and forth, but that person's still not leaving. Maybe you're in the place where they told you that they hate you, or they hate the relationship. They started putting like how it was such a bad relationship, how it's so awful because you're the abusive one. Like you're the one that doesn't make them feel safe. You're the one, and they start to blame you, mess with your head. There's a lot of different things going on there. A lot of times they'll keep saying like how it's awful, but they're still not leaving. Sometimes out of spite, like they don't want to leave. You know, they want to be able to make your life miserable. But there's a couple other things that narcissist stays. Okay, so when we're talking about why won't they leave, I want to give you 4 different reasons a lot of times of why a narcissist won't leave your life, won't leave the relationship, won't leave the house, all different types of those, but 4 different types. Okay, number 1 is image. A big aspect about narcissism is the mask that they create and is the image that they're putting out to other people. So a lot of times, especially in a relationship, especially in where you've moved in or it's marriage or something like that, it'll look bad on them if they walk out. If they leave that relationship, if they leave that marriage. Maybe they have something with their family, where they come from a conservative background, or they come from a background that the family would look down on them if they got a divorce, or would look down on them if they actually found out about the stuff that's happened in the marriage. Maybe they got friends that they want to look a certain way, or coworkers that they want to appear a certain way. There's been many times that a narcissist has gotten out of a relationship and been out of a relationship for 2 years. And still goes into work and tells people how the family and the kids are doing. Because they still want to keep that image of how they look. Keeping that image is super important because it hides the guilt and the shame of a lot of times what has actually been the outworking of their actions, the things that have actually been happening in the relationship. But if the image looks good, then everything's okay. So a lot of times narcissists won't leave because it's going to hurt, damage, or affect the image that they're putting out there, the mask that they've created for everybody else. Number two, a lot of times the narcissist won't leave because of money. Maybe they're already living off of you. Maybe you're the sole provider. Maybe you're the person that's providing for them. It's buying all the groceries. It's buying the food. That's buying paying the utilities, all different types of things. And maybe they're saying like, oh, I'm going to help. I'm going to do this. But maybe they're just bumming off of you. Maybe it's not something that they're actually putting out any effort to get a job or to actually provide or to actually contribute to the needs of the household. The other aspect of the money is a lot of times it costs too much. It costs too much for a narcissist to leave because, one, it means they're going to lose their money. And then two, it means they're going to have to put more money back into either, selling the house or either paying alimony or paying child support or like whatever it might be. At that point, they're like, I don't really want to do that because I care too much about my image and I care too much about my money. I'd rather keep my money and stay in this relationship than I would get out and feel like I'm going to be broke because I have to pay for someone that I don't care about. First one is image. Second one is money. Third one is ease. It's easy to stay. A lot of people are like, why? Like, it seems so awful. It seems so horrible. It seems so chaotic. Why would they stay? Because a lot of times for narcissists, it's a lot easier to stay in their discomfort than it is to actually go out and leave. Money and image. Back to that, okay? Part of it is the idea of chaos. A lot of people are like, it seems chaos, it seems awful. Well, you have to understand that the narcissist is the chaos. It's not an external force. It's not something else. It's not bad luck or karma. It literally is how that person is treating and respecting you, and the actions that they're doing is the chaos. Think of it as a tornado or a hurricane. There's a huge aspect of a lot of wind and a lot of craziness swirling around, but inside the middle, it's more peaceful. Inside the middle of a tornado, it's kind of calm. That's the idea that's actually happening with the narcissist, is they're coming into your life, and in the center, they're kind of calm of like, it's okay that this chaos is happening. I know I'm wreaking havoc on a lot of people, but one, I don't care. And two, it's a lot easier to wreak havoc on people because that means those people aren't wreaking havoc on me. At the end of the day, it's more along the lines of how do I protect me? How do I protect my mask? How do I protect my money? And if that means I'm destroying everyone else around me, that's okay, as long as it doesn't come back to me. So image, money, ease, and then control. A lot of times that control goes back to all of those. Control of the chaos, control of the money, control of the image, but control to be able to manipulate you, to be the person that is right, to be the person that hasn't done any wrong, to be the person that is manipulating you and the relationship for their own means, for their own gain. Sometimes this control will be access to the kids, being able to leverage them, be able to leverage their influence, their perception of the situation so that they get upset at you and not upset at the person who's actually being abusive. Maybe they want to control the money because they're very financially manipulative, like controlling you of where you can go, of what you can do, of who you can be with, of what interactions you can have with other people. Because the goal with a lot of control is to protect the mask and is to give them power over another person so they feel like they're actually in control, like they're actually over another person. And so a lot of times narcissists will use one of these four things as being the reason of why they stay, or a lot of times all four. Image, money, ease, and control. Because at the end of the day, let's look at it as a whole picture. It's a lot easier to stay and keep that image, to keep my money, to be easy because I'm not the one getting hurt. I'm affecting everybody else, and I'm ultimately controlling all of it. I'm controlling everything that's happening in the relationship. So as a result, why not stay? A lot of times people think that if they make it so awful for the narcissist that they'll leave, and sometimes they're just giving in to the narcissist games. They're just giving in to what they want. Whether that's a positive supply or whether that's a negative supply, it doesn't matter for the narcissist, it's supply. The thing is, sometimes people think, how can I get them to leave? How can I get them out? Unfortunately, a lot of times you have to get free from narcissists and not get them to leave, because a lot of times they won't. It's not easy. I know that's like one of the worst things to be able to say and to give you that reality. But a lot of times when you're already locked into a lease or a mortgage or something like that, they're not going to leave unless you get an order of protection or get them evicted or anything like that. Until you get to that place, a lot of times the safest bet is to leave and is to get out. You can see because a lot of times narcissists, they won't leave if it looks bad on them, if they end up losing money, and if they end up losing their control over you. It's all about the control. It's all about the money. It's all about the image. It's all about the ease and whatever they can do to keep that and to keep their image, their mask in front of everybody else. No matter what you're going through, no matter how big the struggle is, how crazy it is right now, I want you to understand this. You're not crazy, you're not alone, and you're not hopeless. Reach out for help.